Good evening. Welcome to Clio Cup action again. Our usual Saturday night action, sponsored by Max Coats. And for the first time, we travel to Long Beach in the good old USA. Just medium cloud for this race, so a dry race this time. Tricky track as well, obviously sector 1. It's more just sticking as close as you can then as it opens up a little bit. There's plenty of room for overtaking on the track in the latter parts of it, but definitely at the start it's more just about sticking to the guy in front. Couple of slow turns, so definitely one to be careful about where you overtake in sector 1. Hopefully we'll have a good old night of clean racing though. But it is Clio Cup, so expect some close side-by-side racing. The lobby shall be starting soon. NGR Amiga 1984, with that exceptional race last week, got the pole and took the top spot on the podium as well, so he'll be out making a name. RS Jim, he'll be looking to improve on his performance last week. And GR Fraser, he'll hopefully miss the unluckiness that sort of followed in last week, although he did well. He did very well last week. He had on the opening laps, got caught up, I think it was with NGR Edu and then NGR Scooby, so he was unlucky, got caught up in a couple of little incidents, but he still ploughed on well, so he'll be looking to make improvements, try and get through cleanly tonight as well. NGR Scooby, he'll be looking to follow on good form from last week as well, so fingers crossed for him. And WRT Scott McFall, he's shown good racing. Graham Ward racing didn't seem, he didn't really get to the front last week, but from the end of last season when he made a couple of appearances, we know that he's got some good skill. And I do think that Cam normally hosts, but Edu is on host duty tonight, so I'm not sure if Cam can make it or not. Fingers crossed he can. It'll be a shame if doing it. Ayatel as well, he also did well last week. NGR Martin, someone else, Shock Shaft. So yeah, it looks like Cam unfortunately isn't able to race tonight. NGR Martin wasn't able to race last week. He was at the British GT and supporting Ollie Pidgley in the mini championship. So it's good to see him back. So Cam Matthew Jordan, he's in France at the moment. We'll have a great time out in France, mate. Stay safe. And hopefully you'll enjoy the racing that follows. So as I said, first time that we've taken the Clios to Long Beach. We've raced it in a few other series in next gen. It's going to be an interesting one for the Clio Cups. Cars of this power, it's a good track suited to them. As I said, you should be able to get a few going side by side as well on the latter parts of the track, especially towards the end of sector 1 and sector 2 as well. The home straight is quite a good length, so we've obviously got that turn 1 after that huge straight. Don't forget your braking mark for that. Seen it happen many a times. AMH Racing is just joined as well, so we are good to go. 16 cars we'll have on track, and we will, as always, try and catch as much of the action as we can for you. But do let us know who you think is going to take pole. How many will be in the 1 second club, so within a second of each other during qualifying. I think the most we've had is, I say this every week, I can never remember how many, but I'm pretty sure the most we've had is 8 or 9 within a second of each other. So we shall see if that number increases tonight. So Ajar Edu out on track first then. So I think we'll stay with him. A few of them getting out on track. So it is stock set up. Tyre wear is on. Fuel's off. So it's 23 laps. So tyres should last. But it is a case of managing it just a little bit. Very close to the wall there. Now this is an important lap. You don't want to be scraping the wall. You want to get a good lap, get the heat in the tyres. There's Edu moving around, trying to get as much heat as he can, hitting the rev limiter there. Long sweeping corner. So imagine on this part of the track is where you should see some moves for overtaking. These cars, very long straights for them. There's a double apex here. So Matt Jordan on YouTube there. So NGR Martin for pole tonight. Let's try and find him. Scooby's still in the pits. So there's current championship leader Amiga. Shock shaft. NGR Martin, here he is, crossed the line on his outlap. And we've still got a couple of people in the pits. So Scooby, don't know what tactics they're playing there. Shadowstalker still in the pits as well. And JR Mad Marshall. Ooh, very, very close there. Oh, who was that in a car that came so close to him? I think it was Graham Ward Racing. Very, very close to NGR Mad Marshall there. No contact is avoided, but showing good pace at the moment. He's shown his potential at the end of last season, so last week in the rainy track in Donington struggled a little bit. We'll see if he can improve tonight. But there's the times. Edu obviously first out on track there as well, so sets the first time 1:31 and is beaten by Amiga. So current championship winner out on top at the moment. Times are coming in thick and fast now. NGR Martin takes second, just over a second behind Amiga at the moment, and just a little bit ahead of Edu. NGR Fraser takes fourth at the moment. AMH Racing now slots into second and just under 1 second behind Amiga at the moment. RDJ 24 currently in 8th. So I will try my best to remember who's in what colour car as well. Someone very close behind him, almost ghosting his car. RDJ knows that he's probably not going to get his lap, so slows and lets the faster car pass. It's Graham Ward Racing coming up behind him there as well. So currently in 5th. We're 1:32.868. So a little bit of a light flash from RD Day there, just say go past. And he slots back in. Always good to see that there, where the drivers let the faster guys through. There's no point holding them up. So we'll see. Graham Ward Racing improves. He's been pushed down to 6th at the moment. 7th now. No, stays in 7th. So Amiga still at the top. But Edu now in 2nd. Just over half a second. Scott McFall in 3rd. He was involved in some of the front running battles last week. We'll see how the twisty street circuit of Long Beach affects his play tonight. NGR Fraser still in 4th. NGR Martin now down in 6th though. Oh, scrapes a little list of contact with the wall there. And where is RSG? Now RSG, unfortunately, I think he got disconnected from the lobby. He's not going to be tracked at the moment. I think we might have lost Shockshaft and Shadow Stalker before. I don't know if Shadow Stalker's been out, but I think Shockshaft and RSG and Shadow Stalker may have been disconnected and rejoined, so they may not be tracked. One of the most frustrating things about this director mode is that. But Amiga still leading the way in this qualifying session. Just over 13 minutes left to go. NGR Martin is now moved into 2nd, and under half a second between him and Amiga. Oh, scrapes the wall there, pushes maybe just a little bit too hard on this lap. Definitely too hard there. I think we might see, go back to the pits. The camera certainly doesn't want to follow him that well though. Keeps the car going. Well, that's definitely not going to get you a fastest lap. Scott McFall running well here. In fact, let's go on board with Scott. Takes it as close to the wall. Carry as much speed through the corner as possible. Oh, very, very close there. Avoids any contact with the wall though. Exceptional driving there by Scott McFall as he powers down this back straight. Holds the line well into this very, very tight last corner onto the home straight now. We'll see if Scott can improve on his lap time. No, he stays where he is. Oh, NGR Martin got just a little bit of two-wheel action there. That curb on corner 1 and this curb here, very, very high and raised. If you hit them just right, you will see a lot of two-wheel action going on. Looks like we lost Shockshaft again from the lobby. Lost 2 by the looks of it. Hopefully connections will be good tonight and it won't interfere too much with play. RS Jim, I didn't think he was being tracked. Oh, maybe they've sorted that though. RS Jim has moved into 2nd though. Very, very close to NGR Amiga as well. These two are teammates. So a 1-2. And there's NGR Scooby just behind RS Jim as well. Oh, hits the wall there. So let's try and find where Scooby is. Edu down in 5th at the moment. Fraser down in 7th. Scooby is in 8th. Oh, hits the tyres there. I think we might see a lot of bruised Clios at the end of this race. There's just over 10 minutes left to go in the qualifying session. And at the moment, Amiga is holding on by the thread of a needle. I don't even know if that's the right saying, to be fair. But much better racing conditions for the guys than last week. Let's have a look at towards the bottom end of the table. NGR Mad Marshall currently running in 12th, just under 6 seconds behind the pace at the moment. Greener Army, oh, unfortunately getting their very last corner slightly wrong there. Airtel in 9th. Now, I'm not sure where he qualified last week, but he did very well on the first lap and made his way up the field. Slightly harder track to push your way through on the opening laps. So much different approaches going to need to be taken this week. Scrapes the wall there as well. A lot of them scraping the walls. All that we can hope is it is a clean start to the race. We're on board with Edu now. Oh, unfortunately turns in too early. Clips the wall, and that will sacrifice this lap for him. Now Amiga has pitted in. Maybe feels there is nothing more that he can do. But his teammate is running in 2nd at the moment. And there is nothing between him and Amiga in terms of times. But just enough to put Amiga on the top. But Jim needs the points more than Amiga. But much better season for Amiga at the start than the last season. Little flash to the lights there to say thank you very much. Learning past. Now is that Shadow Stalker? No. Try and find out who that was. Oh, it's Mad Marshall. He's brought that gap down there. It's now just over 3 seconds between him and the top spot. So he has closed the gap. He's found 2 seconds from somewhere. So he's running well at the moment. I think RDJ has just moved in front of NGR Mad Marshall out. Oh, I think that was Edu. Yeah, Edu got back end, just slipped out of him round the corner. And he wasn't able to... No, it mustn't have been Edu. It was someone else. But we caught Edu there having a bit of a moment. Just trying to work out who it was. It must have been the Han. New season, people running different libraries from last year, so I need to get myself a little spotter's guide, I think. RS Jim is coming across the line here. Is he going to take the top spot? Nope, stays where he is. Now Amiga is back out on track as well. Just over 5 minutes left in qualifying. AMH Racing, who is a filler tonight. Oh, it's the tyres. Someone else hits the tyres. Is that Scott McFall that was doing that then? Yes, it was. Oh, there's definitely going to be a lot of bruised Clios at the end of this race. One field. I mean, obviously it's qualifying. Everyone is pushing as hard as they can. Sometimes a little bit too hard. Very close to the wall there as well. Oh dear. They won't be beating any lap times with laps like that though. There comes the Ayatal across the line. Stays where he is as well. But we have 7 in the 1 second club at the moment. I do want to see some two-wheel action happen tonight though. This next corner is the perfect place for it. But no player wants to do it. Let's go on board with Ayatal. Takes a wide as line as possible. It's so easy to damage the car on this track. I mean, it is quite wide, but when you're running side by side with someone, oh, a little bit of touch on the wall there. The width seems to just disappear when you're side by side with another car. And when you've got a concrete wall either side, it just adds to that pressure as well. Oh, almost gets it sideways through corner 1, round the fountain. It's a tricky corner. Oh, scrapes the wall. See him fighting with the car there to avoid contact. Oh, is he done it? Has he got it through? Yes, he has. I thought he just overshot that just a little bit, but I was wrong. So John Green on YouTube, tough track. It is a tough track. It's one of them that you do really have to get to know. Okay, so Matt Jordan there, just on the comments. So the Hon and Edu, and John Martin is. So the Hon and Edu are teammates. NGR Martin, Graham Ward Racing, teammates. Ayatal Green Rami, teammates. Shock Shaft and Scott McFall are teammates. NGR. Oh no, hang on, I've read that wrong. RS, as we've been talking, sorry, I've completely missed this. RS Jim has taken top. AMH has taken second, pushed Amiga down to third. Almost put half a second between them as well. And that has affected the 1 second club as well quite a bit. So really good time there for RS Gym. I don't think we're going to see him break into the 129s. Oof, how close to the wall can you get? That is qualified complete though. This is going to be his last chance to do anything. AMH has gone back in the pits. Here comes Amiga. Is he going to be able to take pole back? No, he's not. Oh, NGR Martin. What? Where's Amiga gone? Okay, looks like something's happened with the timing boards now. Yeah, for some reason looks like something's happening with the timing boards. Let's see if the up here. What is going on with this timing board? Yeah, for some reason RS Gym and Amiga have disappeared. We'll get confirmation on the end race screen, but hopefully we haven't had disconnections. Four seconds left. So RSG, so Amiga did come third, and John Martin fourth. He'll be pleased with that. First race back of the season. Scott McFall fifth, Fraser in sixth, Edu seventh, Scooby eighth, Ayatel ninth, Graham Ward tops out the top 10. I should say rounds out the top 10. RDJ 124 and 11th. Mad Marshall 12th, Greener Army 13th, Shadowstalker 14th. So we just wait for the game to sync. Engine notes rise as we wait for the lights to go out for round 2 of the Clio Cup, sponsored by Max Coates. AMH gets a very good start, moves up into first place. RS Gym's going to have a slightly faster line going into corner 1 though here. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide. AMH slightly out in front. NGR Martin go for a move here. Very late on the brakes. Is he going to be able to pull it off? He certainly is. Amazing move by NGR Martin there to get it into second. AMH still managed to get into first. We've got NGR Amiga in third. RS Gyms dropped down to fourth. NGR Fraser followed by Edu. My God, it is so boxed up here. Scott McFall, Ayatel just behind them as well. Little bit of a gap formed between him and in ninth as well. Greener Army in ninth. Brilliant position for him at the moment. But we're back with our leader AMH as a long line of Clio Cups all snake around this Long Beach track. Oh, that's Fraser who connects with the tyres. And Scott McFall managed to find a way past. Ayatel gets past him there as well, so he lost out quite a few places there by that contact with the wall. As we wait for the camera to catch up, teammates battling out there as well. RS Gym is now back in front of Amiga. This tight final corner. Everyone is through. There's a long line of cars for this first spot at the moment. It only takes one little error and you're going to lose a hell of a lot of places here. This is reminiscent of Alton Park last season. Everyone taking a wide line into the corner. Oh, NGR Martin has really got RS Gym on his tail here. So we're on board with RS Gym now as he chases down. Needs to be careful of that curb. fights the car round. AMH, it looks like slightly running away, but here, oh, clips the wall. Is he able to keep it going? I think Amiga's going to get in front of him here. Is he not? No, he's not. He's fell back a little bit, actually. And it looks like my mic turned off as well. I don't know how long that's been turned off for. Oh, in the distance there as well. Looked like Airtel and Edu both made contact with the wall coming out of the final corner. That has allowed Fraser to catch up. RS Jim bringing it to AMH here. Oh, he's very close to the wall. Very, very close to the wall. Manages to avoid any contact though. Well driven by Jim to hold that line. AMH, very good driving from him. He is soaking up the pressure. I think we'll call him SpongeBob SquarePants. Very good drive from AMH here. RS Jim just sticking with him though. Just applying the pressure. Try and force an error that way. I'm not quite sure that's going to work looking at AMH though. As I said, long way to go in the race though. Oh, a little bit of contact with the wall there by AMH, was it? It was a little bit of lag. But Amiga and Edgar Martin battling out. Edgar Martin gets a good drive. It looked like there was going to be contact there, but no, all avoided. Scott McFall and Edu following it in the distance with Airtel just behind Edu as well. Edgar Martin is going to have a good line for the first corner here. Amiga needs to think about getting into that line. Oh, is that a corner cut from Edgar Martin there? I think such a fast entry into the corner. Turned in a little bit too early. I mean, he hasn't gained anything from it though, so it's alright. Oh, very close to the wall there, Amiga. Edgar Martin has to brake quite hard to avoid any contact. But still very close at the top as well. These two have got about a 7-second advantage on the guys behind them. Cars snake left and right. AMH is not going to let anyone past without a fight tonight. Here comes the battle for third. Amiga followed by Edgar Martin. He's got WRT Scott McFall just behind them as well. Well, RS Jim is just not able to find a way past AMH at the moment. AMH hasn't put a foot wrong from what I've seen at all. Did mention before was a little bit of contact as he left the final turn with his car, but I think it's probably just a little bit of lag, to be honest. Oh, RS Jim, is he able to make a move here? No, AMH has still got it. This is exceptional driving from these two. Let's go on board with RS Jim. Oh no, that's contact there from AMH. Oh, that puts Jim into the tyres. AMH, fair play racing here, slows down, lets Jim catch back up, and racing will continue. Nice to see that there. A lot of drivers could have just carried on. AMH, yeah, knows he did wrong, so let's Jim catch back up, and the battles will continue. That, of course, has allowed Amiga to catch up very slightly. The gap has dropped from 7 to 3 seconds now. But on a track like this, 3 seconds is quite a lot to find. see the difference in the lines that RS Jim and AMH took there. AMH driving very defensively at the moment. Now this is where we saw Jim get side by side with him before. Not this time though. It is almost a carbon copy of the lap before. Oh, that is very, very close there. Jim is really on the bumper here of AMH. This is a great battle for first place. And both get through cleanly this time here. Jim going for a wide entry into the corner. He's trying anything, Jim, to get past, but nothing is working at the moment. You see Amiga. Still got NGR Martin. Scott McFall just behind them as well there. Ayatel is currently in 6th. And the camera's just not caught up to him there at all. Oh, camera very slow at getting back onto the races. Jim not quite as close to AMH on this lap now. I mean, there's nothing to it there as well. Don't know why, but on the timing board there it's saying almost a second gap. That can't be right, surely. I mean, AMH has put a little bit of distance between him and RS Jim. In all fairness, is that a second? Doesn't look like a second to me. And we know Jim is quick in this section. Don't know whether Jim maybe got a little bit of a slowdown penalty, maybe. Now, one person that I haven't seen is Scooby. I think we have had a couple of disconnections tonight, unfortunately. That is a shame. But Edu is down in 7th. Tel's got NGR Martin just in front of him now here as well. As they come to cross the line to start a lap 11 of 23. I think WRT has just done his fastest lap in that last one as well. But at the moment AMH is the man. He's put the fastest time in. Just under 1:31. So you can see the gap. RS Jim has brought it down slightly. Just over half a second now. He does seem a lot quicker through that section than AMH. And Scott McFall still bringing it to NGR Martin here as well. All NGR Martin has to keep his head down, just concentrate, keep it going. There's still a lot of laps to put down though. Now the gap has increased to over a second again between first and second. Maybe it is just the sheer pace of AMH that, I don't know. Jim was keeping up with him before. Could be a technical problem maybe. We'll see if Jim can catch back up. But very, very close between Scott McFall. Oh, and NGR Martin. Is that a disconnect? Oh no, he's back. Bit of lag coming in. from Angel Martin. Hopefully that's just on my screen. It's not going to be affecting Scott McFall, hopefully. But I thought he went for the scenic route quite a bit there. Oh, side by side with Angel Martin here. I think Scott McFall is going to make the move stick. Now Angel Martin's going to have the inside line for the corner. And sticks in front. Really making Scott McFall work for this 4th place. Oh, a little bit of contact to the 2 drivers there. Oh no. Hopefully Scott can catch back up. I wouldn't say that was really anyone's fault. Flashlights from Scott. Maybe Scott thinks it was Angel Martin's fault. I don't know. Look at it from here. It didn't look too much in it. I wish we had a replay feature. We could watch it again and maybe pick at it. But the gap between 1st and 2nd has dropped again. So if RS Jim has found the pace to catch up and close a 2nd, can he find the pace to get in front of AMH? Back markers now approaching. Let's see how the back marker handles oncoming traffic now. Matt Jordan on YouTube there. Great battle for the lead. Certainly is a great battle for the lead. And the back marker just pulls up. Lets the front runners through. Looks like that's the Hon that's just in front of them now as well. Well, they're catching up to the Hon in a very tricky section of the track. There's not a lot of space to really get out the way. It might just be that these guys have to grin and bear it until they can find a place to overtake. Both looking very quick through this section here. Now the Hon is going to have a good place to let them past here. There, he moves out the way. Good driving by the back marker there. Always tricky for a back marker when you see the front runners coming. You're obviously in your own race as well, but you don't want to impede the faster guys on a large track like Silverstone Spa. It's quite wide, easy to get out the way, but on a little tight track like this, it can make it that bit more difficult. But this is the closest battle we've got on the track at the moment. Just half a second in it. If I was a betting man, I would definitely throw a couple of quid down on AMH at the moment. It is definitely his race to lose. But this race is far from over. And if you are just tuning in, don't forget to subscribe. Our Clio Cup, sponsored by Max Coates, happens every Saturday night. Starts about 8:30. This is round 2 of the season. We've got round 3 next week, and then we have a week break, and then return for rounds 4, 5 and 6 on the following 3 weeks. So new to the season format there. After we have 3 weeks of racing, then a week break. During the week break we have some events you can get involved in as well. We have a Destruction Derby event coming up. We have a reverse race. You can only basically go backwards. So that's some community racing that we've got coming up. So if you have got a PS4 and Project Cars 2, do get involved. As we're still with these leaders here. I mean, that says half a second, but that doesn't look much to me at all. But there's quite big gaps between everyone else, so the field is spread out. Can RS Jim get in front of AMH here? I think RS Jim must now be out of ideas of how to do it. Oh, back end comes a little bit out on there. He is able to keep it going, loses a little bit of time though. Frustration might be setting in. I mean, what are you doing? Oh, he has brought the gap down here though. I've said it quite a few times in the race, RS Jim does seem a lot faster through that section of the track. This is where they made contact with each other before, but they're both free now. RS Jim's going to have the inside line here, is he? AMH still able to keep it in front. Exceptional drive from AMH here to keep this car in front. Very, very fast through some of the corners. And RS Jim must be absolutely kicking himself. What can he do to get in front of this lad? I'd say he's seeing red. He certainly is seeing red. He's seeing the red of AMH at the moment. And he's not seeing much else. Oh, AMH clips the wall a little bit there. RS Jim now able to find a way through. AMH is fighting back. AMH clever. He knows he's not going to be able to make a move down the side of him there. He's going to play the waiting game here. Oh, very close to the wall, but avoids any contact. Now RS Jim has got the task of staying in front. AMH has the task of finding a way past. AMH will be furious with himself for that little mistake on corner one. They've driven so well for 17 laps. I said before, it just takes the littlest mistake. Oh, hard on the brakes there, RS Jim. AMH sticking with him. Very, very close here. Coming down the home straight. AMH side by side now, going into turn one. Last of the late breakers here, I feel. Exceptional driving by the two to go side by side through corner one. AMH in front. RS Jim now in front. AMH now in front. This is exceptional driving. This is proper Clio Cup racing now. And they're both still side by side. Absolutely nothing in it. RS Jim now back in front. Is AMH now going to get back in front? Oh, RS Jim still able to hold it. Keeps the inside line going into the corner. AMH very close to the wall but avoids it. RS Jim still in front of him here. This is amazing racing going on. And NGR Amiga is just behind him there as well. He's closed the gap down to just under 2.5 seconds. Is he going to be able to catch up with these two and bring the fight to him? I don't know if I could take watching 3 cars go round this close. RDJ is the next back marker coming up there. Is RS Jim going to move over? Take a wide entry into the corner. Able to get back in front of AMH here. AMH, is he going to try and go through? No way through. This is the part of the track now where you pretty much just have to stick with the guys. No real any overtaking opportunity on this part here. Now it opens up for AMH. 2.6 second gap between them and Amiga now. I don't think Amiga's got the pace to catch up to these guys. I have been wrong before though. Well, I'll tell you what, if I was a betting man, I wouldn't be so sure I would be paying out now. But it's definitely not over for AMH. He's now applying, a little bit of scrape on the wall there as well. That's going to put a little bit of breathing space to RS Jim. Not much though. AMH right back on him already. And they start lap 20 of 23. Pretty much touching each other. In a non-sleazy way, of course. Hardy Day just slows to let them past. Now I don't know if that unsettled AMH a little bit there. Oh, definitely unsettled a little bit there though. RS Jim clips the wall just a little bit. Well, that's put about a second gap in him. I don't know whether that back marker just threw his concentration off a little bit, AMH. But RS Jim, a little bit of breathing space now. This is almost the role reversal of what happened before. RS Jim clips the wall. This is going to allow AMH to catch back up. It's the enter the braking zone for the corner. Oh, they're going to be side by side going into the back straight. They certainly are. AMH is bringing this fight to RS Jim. Slots back in. Three laps to go. This is one of the best battles in Clio Cups that I've seen. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, two-wheel action there from AMH. That's going to unsettle the car just a little bit. Again, puts a little bit of breathing space between him and RS Jim. But like I said, if you are new to the channel and you are liking the action, do subscribe. And we do like our Clio Cup racing at Next Gen. Every round streamed with commentary. Well, I say commentary, it's me just chatting really. But just over half a second between first and second as they approach the final corner. And the back straight to start the penultimate lap. I think RS Jim will be very, very happy with this win if it finishes like this. I'd still think he'd be happy with second, to be fair. It's an exceptional race from both these drivers tonight. I'm pretty sure AMH is that. I thought Jim might have had a little bit of contact with the wall. Obviously not. But I'm sure AMH is a filler for tonight. I think Jim would maybe like to see him a permanent fixture in the league. Oh, very close to the wall there, AMH. Keeps it going though. Loses just a tiny little bit of time out. Oh, again, contact with the wall there. But still not enough for RS Jim to relax. Anything can happen in just over one lap. Jim getting very close to the wall here. As for the second to last time, they take the last corner. Half a second between them. AMH has now got to go for it. For the final time tonight, they approach corner one. Flash of the lights there from AMH. Not sure why. Maybe say good race. Round the fountain. Oh, two-wheel action there from Jim. That's going to unsettle the car. AMH is right back at him, but nowhere to overtake there. AMH go for a move here. He's done it. He's done it on the last lap. I don't know if Jim can do anything with this now. I think there's too much of a gap. Both scraping the wall there. Jim could have done with getting through there clean. Amiga smacks into the wall in the back there as well. Is Jim going to go for a last minute move here? I don't think there's anything Jim can do. Oh, he's caught something wrong here though. Is he going to be able to pull a move here? No, AMH has got it. That was exceptional racing. Congratulations to AMH for taking the win tonight in the Clio Cup round 2. Our Clio Cup sponsored by Max Coates. RS Jim takes second. Oh, and now the timing board goes bloody stupid because people finish. But NGR Amiga got third. WRT takes fourth. Not sure who got fifth. NGR Martin got fifth. Oh, Edu clipping the wall there. Takes sixth. Ayatel will take seventh. NGR Fraser took eighth. Apologies to these drivers if any of these had great little battles going on tonight. But that battle for first and second, I'm sure you'll all agree, was well worth the watch. Now it's saying 8th. And then 9th is missing for some reason. NGR Mad Marshall saying 10th. Greener Army 11th. 12 is Shock Shaft. 13th the Hon. Not sure where the Hon is though. Is that the Hon there in the red? I thought he was in a white car. There's Greener Army cross the line. Well, that does bring round 2 to a close. We'll just wait for the final timing board. Matthew Jordan, nice race. That really exciting at the end there. Awesome move by MH. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, mate. So that is your confirmed podium. AMH Racing takes the top spot. RS Jim second. Amiga third. Scott McFall in fourth. Well done to him. NGR Martin fifth. Nice to see him back tonight as well. Edu 6th. Ayatel 7th. RDJ 8th. Now where's Fraser? I think Fraser might have disconnected at the end there. I'm pretty sure Fraser got 8th. NGR Mad Marshall 9th. So 10th. Greener Army 11th. Shockshaft the Hon. Shadow Stalker retired. Did not finish for the other two there as well. So that does bring round 2 of our Clio Cup sponsored by Max Coats to an end. Please do subscribe to the channel, give it a share as well. And if you are into your sim racing and own a PS4 and any of the big 3 games, so Gran Turismo, Project Cars 2, Assetto Corsa, we do have multiple leagues running throughout the week. So please do come and join us. But again, thank you very much for watching. And thanks to all the racers for providing some really good action tonight. And we'll see you all next week for round 3 of the Clio Cup.